Alrighty guys, so my hair is clipped up, my face is primed. I really just am still using my Touch and Soul No Poreblem primer. Since this is my everyday makeup routine, I'm literally going to use everything that I use on an everyday basis, regardless of whether I like these products or whether I don't. I usually tell you guys when I don't like a product, but I still use it anyways so that I can use it up rather than just tossing it or just giving up on it. All I did was prime my face with the No Poreblem primer, and I'm going to go in with my BareMinerals BarePro foundation in the shade Warm Natural. This was my everyday foundation. As I said in my previous video, I've been using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation a lot more recently. I know with the look that I'm going for, this wasn't the foundation I used in the picture that I posted on my Instagram. However, I really have been using that foundation just because I really want to get rid of it, really want to use it up. Just mainly because I really want to try another one just so that I can see whether or not it was just the bottle that I picked up or whether or not it was the actual product that has that really, really strong like house paint smell, because I honestly don't think that that's good for you. Yeah, it's not a good scent. It's heavily fragrant, so I just don't think it's a good scent for you. So something I like about this foundation is that it's very buildable, which I really, really like. I usually don't go for a very full coverage foundation routine. I usually go for more of a medium coverage, especially because if I'm just going to school, I don't feel the need to go full glam or full like heavily makeup face. So I'm usually pretty satisfied with just having a medium coverage foundation. So I like that this is very buildable, because the only places where I usually build it up is on my cheeks where I have a ton of redness, but honestly it builds up there and I'm usually satisfied. This is usually the look that I go for every day when I go to class, mainly because I have they're not very, very early classes, but they're early enough that I feel like I can't sleep in and I always have to rush doing my makeup. And so for me, doing this makeup routine, it has become like second nature to me. And so this has just become my normal routine, and I can easily do it like that. Alright, now that my face is done, we are going to go into my concealer. My everyday concealer is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in light medium. Honestly, I feel like I need a lighter shade of this. I personally like having just a tad brighter of an under eye, but honestly, when I use, so my everyday face powder is my Makeup Revolution Ghost Setting or Baking Powder. However, I use that to set my face. I don't use it to bake, and so because of that, it lightens my under eye just a tad, even though it technically leaves that white cast under your eye. Cast actually helps to lighten my under eye concealer, so you know what, I'm actually kind of fine with that. So I'm going to just blend this concealer out, and I'm actually going to take this into my lid, because on an everyday basis I don't use an eye primer, and so I just use the concealer that I put in my under eye and I take it up to my lid and pat it on. Ooh, what is that on my face? And by the time I get to my lids and putting shadow down, it has dried completely. Just because my lips have been super chapped these past couple days, I'm actually going to put a lip treatment on my lips. This is the Hannah Lee lip treatment in Rose. I really like this. I got this in a Ipsy bag and a Lip Monthly bag, so I actually have two of these sample sizes, but I really do like this. I, at the moment, don't remember whether or not they're listed as a cruelty-free brand. However, I will list it in the description box below whether or not I know or if they are. But I do like this. It really does work as a lip treatment for my lips, especially on days where I know that they are chapped, and so I literally put this right before I do. Usually I would do this right before I put my foundation on, but I totally just forgot until just now, so I'm going to put it on right now. And honestly, my lips aren't as chapped as they were the past couple days, so with how they are right now, it should be fine. So like I said, I'm going to be taking the Makeup Revolution baking powder in the shade Ghost. I'm literally taking just this amount right here, hacking it under my under eye, and I'm blending it out. And even though I'm not in love with this powder, the reason why it is my everyday powder is because it comes in that really big jar, and because of that, I use this every single day because mainly I want to get rid of it. Long story short is that I just want to get rid of it. However, I do like it enough to set my face with it. It really does help my face like just be as matte as possible. As weird as that is, it's just because I have really, really oily skin. I've said that before. I don't love some other powders. I think that the other powders that I've tried are like, I think it's like the NYX HD powder, and then I have tried the e.l.f. one. I want to try the e.l.f. one again though, because the e.l.f. one I actually did like. I just don't know whether or not it actually made my face matte. Because it made my face last long, but I don't know how much I really loved it, because I found combinations to actually help mattify my skin now. And so I really want to try powders again just to see if it really does make a difference or not. But other than that, I literally use this every day, mainly because it comes in such a big bottle that I really want to get rid of it. But also because you use so little of this that it really doesn't make that much of a difference. I wouldn't say it doesn't make that much of a difference, but you use such little of it that it doesn't look like you're making a dent in it, if that makes any sense. So for me personally, I just like to use it every single day because I know that I can use it every single day, and that I'm not taking flash photography, so I don't have to worry about flashback or anything else. Honestly, I feel like in video I missed some spots with the powder, but you know what, it's fine. We'll just blend it out with the brush. Alright, so we're just going to go in with bronzer now. I do have my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer right here. This is my everyday bronzer just because I know that it does somewhat work, and also because this is a product that I'm also trying to get rid of. I don't hate this product, but I'm not in love with it. I just feel like bronzers on me just don't show up very well. I don't know if it's just because of how I'm applying them, or if it's because of just my skin tone and I just choose the wrong shade, or I just choose like the bad shades that don't like flatter my face. I don't know. But on camera it shows up, which is the weirdest thing, but in person it just doesn't look like there's a difference. And I'm sorry if you guys can hear my makeup. I always have to have something going on. Like, my apartment is so silent, regardless of all the like the city noise in the background. It's so silent that it drives me absolutely insane. So I apologize if you guys can hear my music. Hopefully it's dim enough that I won't get in trouble for copyright. But if you guys can hear my music, I apologize. And you're wondering what like a staticky noise it is in the background or anything. If you guys are wondering what I'm listening to, it is the Charlie Puth Voice Notes album. I've really been going between that album and the Panic at the Disco Pray for the Wicked album. I did go to the concert and it was absolutely amazing. But yeah, I've been going between these two albums, so those are the ones I've been listening to absolutely most. Bronzing is done. I did do something a little different with my brows on the day that I took that picture. I actually, instead of using my Sonia Kashuk brow definer in Haze, I've been using the NYX Professional Makeup Precision Brow Pencil, and this is in the shade Ash Brown. I am going to be completely honest, I originally didn't like this just because I didn't think I could get a good precise like brow with this, but actually I really, really can. Even better than with the brow definer from Sonia Kashuk. The only thing I hate about this brow pencil is the packaging. This point right here, I literally just don't understand this cap, this lid. I don't know. So huge comparatively, you know? I don't understand. But you know what? I do like it. I do love this brow pencil. I've been using it like every single day since I like literally made myself good brows. So you guys know what? I'm actually going to do this off camera because I'm always afraid that I'm going to do these. Like, I'm going to end up messing up my brows on camera. So I will be right back. Alright, for some reason, so I did zoom you guys just a bit closer, but for some reason, I could not get my brows even. I use this pencil every single day, and I could get my brows even so nicely. But for some reason, today, it just failed me. I think it's because I knew that I was going on camera, and the pressure just got to me to have really nice even brows. And so they look fine, honestly, but you know what? I can tell that they're not even, and it kind of bugs me, but you know what? It is what it is. We're just gonna roll on along with the video. So I am actually going to change the lighting up a little bit because I think what I did last time with the lighting worked really, really well. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. Just give me a second and I will be right back. Alrighty, so we are gonna go and move on with the eyes. So I'm going to be going in with the BH Cosmetics B by Bubzbeauty palette. I am totally aware, I used this palette again in my last video. I will link that in the description box below if you guys wanted to check that video out. And I know I used this in my last video and I know it is discontinued. I am going for a really, really neutral eye today. So if you guys just want to use any kind of neutral palette, that is totally fine. You don't have to use this palette. For me, this is just my everyday eyeshadow palette because it's a palette that I am aware is discontinued. It's also a palette that I have, obviously, it has been very well loved. So I'm just trying to finish it at this point because, like I said in the previous video, the formula is just for some reason not the same. And so I just really want to get rid of it. I really want to finish it, but I haven't given up hope on it. I can still do really, really nice, pretty looks with it. So I've just been using it every single day and hoping that I can get it done, hoping I can finish it. So I'm going to take my Eyeko tools. This is the double-ended brush, and this is the blending side, I believe. And I'm just going to take it in the shade Optimistic right here. If you guys couldn't tell, that is the shade I use the absolute most. Really, all you need is a good transition, like a neutral transition brown, and it works. And all you need to do is put it in your crease. I try and make it so that it just goes up slightly above my crease so that when it comes down to it, you can still see that transition shade. So when that transition color is packed into the crease, but also just above, I go between two different colors just depending on my mood and the day that it is, and really just how I feel and what I want to do that day. So I will usually either go into inspired or I will go into thoughtful. I've been going into thoughtful a lot more lately just because I want it to hit pan, just because I've already hit pan on inspired. So I've been going more into thoughtfuls just so I can hit pan. Oh my gosh, I gotta tell you guys, I was so sad the other day because I was using this palette and I don't know why, but for some reason I left it open and I accidentally dropped my highlighter and the corner nicked thoughtful, and I was so sad because now that, like, I don't know if you guys can see, but there is like this weird like dent in thoughtful, and that's where the highlighter nicked this eyeshadow. So I'm gonna go to thoughtful though, and with the same exact brush, by the way. And I'm going to focus this right into the crease, not like how we completely blended, in Optimistic, but I'm actually going to focus this directly into the crease. And all this does, because thoughtful is so much of a warmer tone, the reason why I go between inspired and thoughtful is because thoughtful is a warmer brown, however inspired is just a slightly darker brown, so it's really just dependent on if you're going for more of a warm tone look or if you're going for more of a darker, smokier look. Lately I've been going more for like the warm tone look and occasionally going in for that darker, smokier look. And for me, because I have somewhat of a hooded lid, in order to help focus into that crease, I will lift my eyebrows and then put it into that crease area. apologize if you guys can keep hearing my phone. I literally have my phone on constantly because I have 2 group projects and I'm literally going between 2 group messages right now because I have 2 group projects and I have a group project in 2 different classes. So if you guys can hear my phone, I apologize. Alright, so now I'm going to go into the shade Bold. I will usually go into either Bold or Confident. It's really just dependent on the smokiness of the look and whether or not you want a little bit of color. Honestly, Confident doesn't show up, like, it's a dark purple, but it doesn't show up as purple on your lids. It really just works as a dark shade to put in your outer V. Because of that, I usually go between either Confident or Bold. Lately, I've just been going more into Bold right here, and I'm taking a Eyeko Tools full shadow brush. I just really like using this brush because it's so dense, and it just really helps to pack on that dark color in the lid, in the outer V. Honestly, I could be using just a darker shade, but with dark colors like this, I personally just like being able to build it up because once you mess up a dark shade, it's really, really hard to reverse it back. So I usually will just pack this onto your outer V, kind of go up into the crease just a little bit and just above it just a little bit, and I'll just pack it on until I reach the middle of my lid. Will be usually where I put the cutoff for that dark shade. And usually when I do take that dark shade just a tad too high like I did today, I will just go back with my little blending, like the dual ended brush, and take the blending side and then go back into Optimistic a little bit and just run it above the crease so that I just don't have any harsh lines. And just so that you can see that Optimistic shade again. Just a little bit. I usually don't mind if I take the Bold shade just a little too high, but sometimes you just don't want those harsh lines to get in the way. I feel like I took this one in just a little too far, so let's just go into this one again. Alright, I think that is good. Honestly, a lot of it is just going to get covered with the lid shade that we have anyways. I take the shade Confident right here. It's just this really pretty, like almost bronzy gold shade. And I usually just take it with my finger. That's how I get the best application. And I will just pack that. And I pat it. I don't really swipe. I usually just pat it onto my lid. And I will take that into that dark shade. And it just helps blend it out rather than just taking a brush and then just having to pack it and then probably having to re-blend between the dark shade and the lid shade. Sometimes using your finger is your best tool. So I'm just going to wipe off my finger. And so we're pretty much almost done. I'm going to take this Eyeko Tools Precision Blending Brush and I'm going to go back into the shade Thoughtful. But while I'm in Thoughtful, I'm also going to take the shade Genuine right here. And I'm going to mix the two. And I'm going to put this all over my lower lash line. I'll either usually go between thoughtful and genuine, or I'll even go and just straight up put bold under my eye, which is the dark color that we put in the outer V right here. Mainly because with my Waterline eyeliner that I use every day and I'm trying to get rid of, it diffuses into my lower lash line, and so it just helps to have a darker lower lash line so that it doesn't completely mess up my makeup and that it just helps to blend in. Honestly, this eye right here is so sensitive because I accidentally poked my eye out while I was removing my makeup earlier and literally stabbed myself in the eye, so it kind of hurts, not gonna lie. And because of that, my eyes are watering, and I don't think I'm getting the best lower lash line application right now. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. So next thing, I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. I think this is like their smudger brush. It's the brush that I use for my brow bone and my inner corner all the time. And usually for my brow bone, I will either go in between grateful and happy. This is happy, this is grateful, my bad. And lately I've been going into grateful more often just because I want that shimmer in my brow bone. Oh my gosh, my brows are so uneven right now. It's killing me. So in for my inner corner, I will usually, and you guys can totally just stick with just this, but I will just go into the shade Hopeful right here, and I will put that in my inner corner. And again, you guys could totally just leave it at just this if you guys want. For me, because I have a shade in here that I literally have no idea what to do with, I will go into the shade Kind right here, which is this really pretty, like, purpley lavendery color. It's like a very light purple lavender color. And I will just swirl my brush around, pack it into my brush. I will put it where I put Hopeful. I usually put Hopeful before I put this color, just because this color, for me personally, just doesn't have as much pigment as I would like. So I usually like to have a light base under it so that it has something to stick onto, but also has something to make it show a little bit better. So I will put this in my inner corner. And again, this is a step that's totally optional to you guys. If you guys don't want to do it, it's totally fine. This is just my way of adding a pop of color, but also using a shade that I just personally don't know what to do with. And I do get compliments on my inner corner, which is really, like, it's not something that I personally like loved at first because I was like, oh, it just looks a little weird, it looks funny. But I had like my coworker comment on it saying I looked really pretty. I had a classmate commented on it the other day, saying how it looked really, really pretty and nice. And you know what? And so it actually does work if you want a pop of color, if you want something just a little more out there, a little more showy but not too overpowering. It's a really good way to use color, because for me, I'm not somebody who likes to do bright bold looks, but I do occasionally like to add color here and there in my looks. And so what I'll do is just I'll pop it in the inner corner, and it that's my pop of color. It's so small, but it makes such a big difference in your eye look. Eyes are essentially done. I'm just gonna go do my eyeliner, my waterline, and I'll be right back. If you guys are wondering, I'm going to be using the Eyeko Skinny Liquid Eyeliner Black in the shade, I believe this is the shade Pitch Black. And then I'm going to be using the Vasanti Kajal Waterliner Eyeliner in Intense Black. So I'll be right back. So I am back with my eyeliner on. I'm going to be completely honest, for personal preference, I just put a waterline eyeliner on, mainly because it helps to even out my eye shape just a little bit. Like, now they just look a little bit more even to me. And I don't know, honestly, on camera, it actually makes my eyes look a little more uneven. But you know what? It's fine. I feel like for me personally, in real life, in person, it makes my eyes look a little more even. So that's just my personal preference. If you guys want to go without the waterline eyeliner, For this look, that's totally okay. That's really up to you guys. Also, I don't put mascara on a daily basis. For me personally, I don't see much difference with mascara. It mainly has to do with the fact that I wear such thick eyeliner, or at least it's thick eyeliner for my eye shape, that wearing mascara really doesn't show up, and I just don't have a lot of time to apply falsies. So for me, I just completely altogether skip mascara. It's an unnecessary step for me. If I was to apply mascara, I would be using my Lights Camera Lashes mascara or the Better Than Sex mascara, because those are the two mascaras that I have open currently. Yeah, I usually on a daily basis go without mascara completely because it's something that's unnecessary for me. Alright, so I just zoomed you guys out a little bit. I'm going to zoom you guys back in a little bit more. Alright, so now that my eyes are actually done, it's a very, very simple eye look. We are going to go into blush and highlighter. So I actually switched my, I just dug my nail into it. So I've actually switched my everyday blush to a blush that I was originally trying to finish and was originally my everyday blush, but I switched it to this one and then I just switched back. So this is the one that I was wearing in my photo, but I have been using the, as of late, I have been using the NYX Baked Blush in the shade Ladylike. That one's the one that I actually switched to like yesterday to wear every single day, but this one was the one that I was using for mainly this eye look this entire time. This is the Sorme Mineral Botanicals Blush in Charisma. I just dug my nail into this and I'm kind of sad. But I'll take this on a Luxie Tapered Highlighter brush. I use this for blush. And I will just smile a little bit and then swirl this all over the apples of my cheeks and then just take it up my cheekbone. And you guys can see that there's a difference. So I like a subtle blush if I can help it. But usually as I said in my last video, I'm one of those people, if I can't see it, I usually just keep going. Alright, I think that is good. And now with highlight, I'm going to be taking my Wet n Wild MegaGlo highlighter in the shade Precious Petals. If you guys didn't already know, this is my everyday highlighter. If you guys couldn't tell from how often I use it. There's like slight occasions where I will use a different highlighter, and most often than not, I'll be using a different MegaGlo highlighter. But most often than not, it's this highlighter right here. It's Precious Petals. This one's just my favorite. I just think it looks the absolute best on me. Good. I think out of all of them, this one looks the absolute best on me. It just gives me that really flawless glow. I know that I have a couple of them that are intended to be like color highlighters or just like to have shifts in them or like anything like that. And some of them, they end up leaving a stripe on my face, or usually, you know what, I'm fine with that because a lot of the time it's such a subtle stripe that I don't necessarily care. But then other times they enhance my texture like no other. I've already said in my previous video, I have accepted my texture, but sometimes there are days when I just don't want them enhanced. So this one actually just makes my skin just look really glowy, and I really love that. And so I'll always put them on my cheeks. I'll go in my temple a little bit, make it connect with my eyebrow highlight, and then take some, put on my nose, Cupid's bow, and the lines that connect my nose to my mouth. Just a little on my chin, a little above my eyebrow, on my forehead. And then I am highlighted. And then what I will usually do is I will set my face before I put my lipstick on. So I'm going to be taking the Urban Decay De-Slick setting spray. This is the mini version. This is the travel size. I just like the spray on this one better. Plus, I didn't want to lug the bigger one with me. So I can't remember whether or not the day that I took that Instagram photo, if I had put a lip liner on under. But I know for a fact that I used this lipstick. I usually have like a cotton pad to wipe off this lip treatment. But you know what? I'm just going to take my finger and wipe that off. So I have the NYX Suede Matte Lipstick in the shade Free Spirit. Out of all of them, I think that It's either this one or Brunch Me are my favorites. I really like this formula. It's so smooth. It literally will glide on your skin. No matter, I wore this the day that I had really, really chapped lips, and it literally glided onto my lips like no other, even though they were so chapped and that they were like cracked and everything. This one glides on your skin so nicely, and I really like it. The only thing I will say that I absolutely hate about NYX lipsticks is how awful they taste. I know you're not supposed to be licking your lipsticks or eating them, but a lot of the times what will happen is I lick my lips or I'll be eating something and it gets onto my food and it tastes absolutely disgusting. It tastes very chemically and I hate it. So I don't remember if I wore a lip liner, but you know what? I'm just going to go in with this lipstick. Honestly, I feel like my entire face is uneven. Like this side of my face is like one shape and this side of my face is like another because my lips are also uneven and it drives me absolutely insane. Alright, so lipstick is on. I will be completely honest, with this eye look, you can literally use whatever lipstick you want. I cannot tell you how many times I have just switched out the lipstick that I wear. Like, yeah, I posted a Instagram picture today using this exact same eye look, and I just wore a completely different lipstick. I wore Dose of Colors Campfire with, I believe it was the NYX Lip Lingerie in Baby Doll on top of it, and then the Sephora lip liner under it. I don't remember which shade it is. It was the most neutral shade, but I wore that along with this eye look, and it worked. I cannot tell you how many times I've used different lip products and lip shades with this eye look. The only ones that I never use with them are like peachy shades because for me, I feel like peachy shades just don't work. They make me look a little weird. They make me actually look like, in my personal opinion, they make me look like an Oompa Loompa. So personally for me, I usually stray away from peachy shades. But for brown nudes, for rosy nudes, for mauves, I literally use this same eye look with those shades. Alright. But anyways, you guys, this is the completed eye look. This is a completed look of my everyday makeup routine. If you guys are interested in some other videos from me, subscribe to my channel. If you guys have any ideas on what you guys want to see from me, please leave them in the comments below. Or if you guys want me to try like different products. I know I just got a bunch of new lipsticks. I just got the Dose of Colors Desi X Katie collection. I got the shades My Main, My Mauve Story, and oh my gosh, what is it? I think it's called Aftermath. The only one I don't have is the more nude shade for the regular lipstick, but those are the only ones those ones I just got, and I've been dying to play with them. And then I also got, just in the mail today, I got a few ColourPop lipsticks because they just had that sale for buy two get one free. So I just got a couple of those. And so yeah, so let me know in the comments below what you guys want to see next. I have more ideas that I want to do. I have more videos in store for you guys. So subscribe to my channel if you guys want to see what I have in store for you guys. And also like this video if you guys liked this video. I don't know how else to put that. Yeah, like this video if you guys like this video. I think that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video.